Howdy friends, and welcome to The Average J. It is a Saturday morning, which means it's time for me to go for a walk with Michelle. We try on Saturdays and try to get to different parks. Today we are at Riverview Beach Park. Riverview Beach Park in Pennsville, New Jersey. This is the first time we've come here to walk. So it's a little chilly this morning. It's in the 60s and Michelle wore a tank top. She says she's rethinking that decision.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. 10 Below.
And, well, because you can see way in the background, it's the river. So you're probably going to get some breeze off that river once we get over on that side. But let's go ahead and we'll give you the tour as we walk.
But, little side note, this was my grandparents' first date spot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my mom's parents. So
History.
Yes.
Little history here.
Yep.
Seeing quite a few people with dogs, so I guess they are allowed. It says clean up after your pet and have to be on a leash, so you can bring them. And they have a baseball field here, but you can tell by the way the grass is over the infield, it has not been hasn't been used for baseball in quite some time. So I keep seeing these marks on the ground, and I didn't know what they were. And Michelle pointed out that they were footprints. It was this like honeycomb pattern, and I didn't even realize that there was more of a shoe in front of it.
The honeycomb is just the heel.
It's just the heel, but Michelle found it, so she's going to be a tracker now. This is the path that from the street. That's the street that we drove up on, and this is where I said you could see from the road that it was a dirt path all the way around. But I gotta say, there's not as much goose poop on this part.
No, it's sandy too. I like the sandier.
Yeah. Although it is a little harder to walk on because you kind of slide on it. Way in the background, I can see there is more of those disc golf. So it was not just the one. There's multiples out there.
Cicada killers.
They might be cicada killers. I don't know. We're seeing multiple of these little mounds with the holes in them. And I saw a couple like back over there too. So I don't know what they are.
Yeah, a mole?
I don't know what a mole looks like. So I don't see any more over here. But yeah, they're very distinct.
Yep.
Over here we have another unused baseball field. Has a backstop, but as you can see, the infield is all covered up with grass. And the tennis courts, at least I'll give them credit, they have nets on them.
Oh, yep.
Nobody playing tennis, it's early in the morning, but it does have nets. So that's a plus. And they have basketball courts. When I get closer, I'll have to see if they have nets. One of the things Michelle and I just noticed is they have these little poles all around here. Street lights. I mean, they're really, really nice. And they put these beautiful signs on them saying, welcome to Pennsville. And at the bottom of each one is like a obnoxious orange and white traffic cone. Like, it's so sad that they have these very nice little additions and they totally ruin it by putting these cones. I don't know how many people had to run into those and hit their head in order for him to do that, but wow. So here's the first of two signs. This is the old school one, and over there is the new one. And here is the entrance to the park, Riverview Beach Park. This is old school right here. This is probably from like 1987. No, I'm just kidding. I couldn't even tell you what year this was. But that is old school. But I do like that they have the nice modern electronic sign over there showing the park hours. But coming over here, let's see what the sign says. William D. Acton. He died in 1965. Entrepreneur and philanthropist and founder of Riverview Beach Amusement Park, 1914-1969. I gotta say, when I see the word philanthropist, it makes me think of the scene with Charlie in the restaurant when he tries to tell the lady what he does. I'm gonna insert that video right here.
What is it that you do again?
I'm like a janitor. I'm a full-on rapist, you know? Africans, dyslexics, children, that sort of thing.
I'm sorry. Did you say you're a full-on rapist?
No, no. I help people. You know what I mean? I'm a
Philanthropist?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It gets blocked up in my mouth. I don't say it no good.
And hopefully that wasn't too offensive to most people. Well, the squirrel's looking for something to eat. He is. He's trying to find a bite. Did you find anything, buddy? Again, like I said, they're not super skittish. Tons of geese. Here's all the geese making all their noise. So, you making friends over here, Michelle, with the squirrel?
Trying.
Come on, get closer. Maybe you can be on America's Funniest Video when he jumps on you.
Jumps on me.
At the basketball court now, and on this side we have a net and a rim. Woohoo! On that side, no net, no rim. So you can play half court if you want. But I wouldn't bounce that ball at all. I wouldn't dribble because you're going to get all this goose poo on the ball.
Oh my gosh.
So it probably wouldn't work out too well.
It's awful.
Well, we're done our walk, and we only did one time around. So Michelle doing the pointing thing. We said we're going to stop and go to Cracker Barrel. We offered the breakfast to Alex and Brittany this morning if they went walking with us, but nobody wanted to walk. So subsequently, it's just table for two, please.
That's right.
Went for the grandma's breakfast or mama's pancake breakfast to get pancakes, and Michelle got the grandma's sampler. So, because she wanted a pancake and wanted to make sure that she got the meats and the hash brown casserole.
Yep.
So Michelle's meal comes with eggs, sausage, two different types of sausage, or ham and bacon, and the hash browns and pancakes. She got a Diet Coke. You happy with that choice?
I am.
But what was the question you just asked the lady?
Where's the biscuits and corn muffins?
And it doesn't come with the pancake meals. So, and I got eggs and bacon with some pancakes and coffee. Yum. Well, today must be our lucky day because after our walk and everything, we were fortunate enough to get some more. Am I doing it right? Yeah, some more Cornish Cross. So, and not only did they have them at Tractor Supply. Look, I got my hat on. Oh, I wore my hat in there. Oh, that's embarrassing. Wearing Tractor Supply merchandise into the store. But anywho, they were on sale, $2 a bird. I said, at the current prices of chicken in the store now, you can't beat that. But I had, back in May, processed 12 birds and gave away quite a few. So left my freezer a little empty. So I wanted to do another half dozen of the Cornish Rocks before, we hit cooler weather. And every time I come to the store, they never have Cornish Cross. And it was funny because the cashier had said to us the one time they did get it, one person came in and wiped out like all of her inventory. Yeah. So we're very happy that we were able to find some and all on sale. So I guess it's time to set the brooder back up. Yep. And but it's nice weather out now. It's hot weather now. They're only going to be in the brooder for probably about 2 weeks, and then they're going to be outside in the tractor. Mm-hmm. Got the brooder. I'm just going to use the Walmart container brooder for right now. I'm going to put all 6 of them in here, And then what I'm going to do is after the second week, I'm going to split them up 3 and 3 because these brooders are just a little too small for 6. And I don't feel like getting that 110-gallon container out. These birds are very happy because I dumped some baby chicken grit in there. Or not grit, baby chicken crumbles. They're just eating them crumbles like it's nobody's business. Oh, hey. How you doing? Somebody's in here laying an egg. And Trey, baby, you lay eggs. Somebody already laid some, like, we got eggs. By the way, I put a more permanent top on top of the nesting boxes. I had just like foam board on there. They ate the ever-living daylights out of that. So I just put some 1x3s. And I put this like real thin, I don't even know what you call it. It's not even plywood. It's like a thin poster board. What do they call it? Tempered hardboard. There we go. 1/8 tempered hardboard. Keeps them from sitting on top. Howdy. So, one's laying, one's coming in. 2 are coming in. On their little stand that goes up, they've been knocking the little boards off. I've lost 1, 2, 3, 4. Lost 4 of the little cross boards. I'm holding on to them. They're right out here. They're right there. I just got to find a better way to put them on. Michelle and I are convinced that this bird is a rooster. Because it kind of has a dominant personality and it has a big crown and wattles. So, come here. Hey. Hey. How you doing? Oh, hey. You'll come up for attention. Ha, see? That's why we think it's a rooster. See how it kind of dominates? Well, hi. Hi. See, they go down on the ground like this. Like they think, I don't know, they think you're a rooster or what, but it's all good. No. Don't peck my shoe. Don't peck my shoe. Come here. You're next. Come here. Yeah, that's a good baby chicken. That's a good chicken. Don't you peck my phone. Starting over again with the brooders makes me think of, I don't even remember which Iron Man it was, where Tony Stark says, looks like we're back in hardware mode.
Get ready for a major remodel, fellas. We're back in hardware mode.
That's what I think it's like here. Starting back in hardware mode. Back where I was when I first got the birds back in March. Kind of feel like that same thing. Starting all over, setting brooders up again. Is this what it's like when we had a second kid? Had the first kid, got the crib all torn down. Kid was getting bigger, then we had the second kid. Got to put the crib back up. That's kind of what it feels like. So, all right. I'll see you when it's all set up. Good thing is that we still have a whole bunch of newspapers from Michelle's dad. So putting them in the bottom. In addition to the newspaper, we also had the pine shavings left over from the last time. Plus we still have like all the heat lamps and everything. So literally all we needed to pick up was the birds. All set up. Got the baby food, the baby water, the heat lamp, which goes up to the ceiling. And eventually we'll put a lid on it. The lid's right there, but we're going to go put some birds in. Yep, they were thirsty.
This one's tired.
Yeah, it's gonna fall asleep standing up. It's a long ride, but
They need to eat.
it's nice seeing them drinking the water.
There we go.
Woo!
Girls' guests are really coming in.
My neighbor's having a party. Oh, hold on. Our neighbor's having a party, so
Artie's going crazy.
yeah, he's kind of losing his stuff because he hears, well, not hears, he sees them out of the front bay window. Oh, but Michelle's making friends.
And the chickies.
And of course, no day would be complete without Michelle's daily trip to Dollar Tree. She's got her bag, doing her little dance. See, she knows. Oops.
You gotta let me in with my Dollar Tree haul.
Is that your Dollar Tree haul for the day?
Yeah, it's a card and candy.
Did you get me some candy?
It's not hoarder stuff.
No, it's not hoarder stuff. You got candy. What'd you give me for candy? Show me.
Alright, I'll show you.
What'd you get? What'd I get? Whoa, that's for me. M&M's. And what'd you get?
Oh, of course, Mike and Ike.
Mike and Ike. Well, we made a lot of good things today, but one thing that was needed and bad was the garbage disposal had died. And so it was time to replace one. So I got one off of Amazon. Yay.
Yay.
And it was a good price. Got delivered right to the door. Now I just got to put it in.
Get busy.
Yeah, get busy. All right, Michelle, what do you think of your new garbage disposal?
I love it.
Go ahead and turn it on. Let's see.
Okay, hang on.
Turn the
I have
water.
to Remove the stopper.
Yes, because
Because-
Brittany put a cake tip in there.
Right. And that's what jammed it up and burned the motor.
It literally burned the motor out. It was not the breaker, it was not the fuse, and it was not jammed. It moved freely after I used the tool, but it was just, it burnt the motor out. All right, go ahead.
All right, so we ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
nice. Yay us. And no leaks.
Yeah.
So
Now I have to clean under there.
she has to clean. But one thing that Michelle and I were just talking about was when I went to buy this one, the last one that was under there was 1/2 horsepower. And I don't think we don't use our garbage disposal that much. So I said, you know what? Let's get the 1/3 horsepower. It was like $20 cheaper, $25 cheaper. And you know what? I think it's going to work just fine.
Because, oddly enough, the chickens
Chickens.
are getting a lot of maybe the scraps that may have gone
Yeah.
down here, and they're getting them now.
That's for sure. But we're eating a lot more eggs, so it's eggshells going in there.
Yeah.
Boom. I have to say, today was a pretty good garden day. Although I skipped yesterday, so in all fairness, this is actually 2 days worth. But I got 4 good eggplant. I got 5 good tomatoes. I got a bunch of cherry tomatoes. And a bunch of green bell peppers. So they turned out pretty darn good. What I'm going to do is I am going to wind up freezing the eggplant, the cherry tomatoes, and all but 3 of the peppers. They're all going to get frozen. Chopped up for the peppers, sliced for the eggplant, and just whole for the cherry tomatoes. The regular tomatoes, I never was able to freeze them well, so they're just going to be as they are on the counter. But all in all, a good 1 day or 1.5 day haul. So today was a very good day. We got done. I took the bounty out of the garden and took some to my Aunt Rena and my mom and dad, along with some eggs, and visited for a little bit. They have a bunch of cicada killers flying around the yard. There must have been 30, 40 just hovering over the yard. But if you just walk through them, they're not going to do anything to you. They won't hurt you. So, and then came home. Already got off the leash, or the leash was on him and he got away. So I kind of had to fool him back to me, but that was not a problem. And came home, got everything out to start dinner. Got a quick shower because I was out in the garden and we walked and everything. So I want to be clean for making dinner. And now I'm going to go upstairs and cook. Velveeta mac and cheese, or Velveeta cheesy mac. Liquid gold as they call it. But anywho, having that, corn, and What's the other thing? Could not tell you what the third thing was. But anyway, I'm getting ready to make that. Just wanted to say have a great night. Please like and subscribe if you can. Have a fantastic night. Bye-bye. Remember, look here.